So growing up, we had a friend that had issues with anxiety and depression. A young girl that had minor issues with it, and we knew it as her friends. But her parents and in conjunction with her doctor put her on a psychotropic medication. And we all know that even on the very label itself, it says right there where you can see, may result in thoughts of self-harm, may result in suicidal tendencies, acts of violence, etc. And all you have to do is consult the internet and articles by experts that have a whole lot more expertise than I certainly do on medications. State there's a connection, even with some of the acts of violence and mass slayings that have occurred. Nevertheless, they put her on the medication, and she went from bad to worse. And I still remember the day that she took her dad's revolver while her parents were gone and took her own life. And that's a big reason why we have a big soft spot for psychosocial health. That's why we've been involved in the past with addiction recovery and adjusting addicts. Just the simple fact that the spine, go figure, is actually connected to the brain, directly connected to the brain. And Jay Holder down in Florida showed an 40% increase in addiction recovery among those getting regular spinal checks, because they're getting better nerve signal back to their brain, go figure. At any rate, yesterday we had a positive story, and I think about this in regards to my childhood friend. You know, a young lady came in, adult young lady came in, thinking she was coming in for back pain. Of course, you understand that chiropractors don't treat or cure any tissue inflammation. No doctor does. Only your body can repair itself. All we do is check for nerve interference, where a bone is slightly out of place, blocking off that natural flow of information through the nervous system. And when you do that, go figure, the body recovers better with better nerve supply. Well, she came in and she told me just yesterday, after a number of weeks of care, that she had had daily anxiety attacks for, I believe, years. And I said, daily? She said, yes, sometimes twice a day. Full-blown anxiety attacks, which for those of you that don't know, it can feel like you're actually dying going through an anxiety attack. And she stated in the time that she's been coming in for the last 2 weeks, her anxiety attacks have been zero. And she tried everything before that. Medication that she didn't feel right on, you name it. But this is just restoring proper nerve supply back to the brain, the critical hypothalamus and anterior pituitary that help regulate your stress response, was enough for her body to regulate itself. And I think back, what if, my childhood friend had access, and their parents and even MD had access to the neuroscience, connecting spinal health with brain health, especially in this modern tech-driven generation. What if she died? What if she taken her life? I don't know. But that motivates me to ask just a simple question. When you know someone is suffering, just simply ask, have you been checked for nerve interference? Have you been checked for a subluxation? A spinal blockage, nerve interference? That's the question you need to ask them. Because, even if they're in a different area and go to a different chiropractor, I don't care. The bottom line is I want word to get out, because I want to see, a few people that are suffering not have to go through something like what my childhood friend had to go through. So spread the word. Those of you that have experienced such an effect, make comments below if you like, share, or just share verbally with those you care about. But bottom line, spread the word and save a life.